Okay, we're going to move on to our last one of this homework. We're going to get it into a system. You get 6, -7, 13, and then 2, 13, -11. Okay, I notice here that, these ones aren't like really closely related. Like if we're like multiplying and then adding together, we wouldn't get a 0. You could get a 1. You get a -1. So that one, I'm not going to go for that one. I'm going to go for these first ones though. I'm going to see if I can get a 0 in one of those spots. I notice if I take 2 and times it by 3, and I were to add it to the other equation, I would get a 0 up front. I mean, if I were to subtract it, I would get a 0. So I'm going to take row 1, and I'm going to subtract 3 times row 2. And we're just going to leave row 2 the way it is. So, row 1 minus 3 times row 2. So 3 times everything in the second row. That'd be 6, 39, and -33. And we got to subtract all those from our first row numbers. 6 minus 6 is 0. -7 minus 39 gives you -48. And then you got to do 13 minus -33. Remember, subtracting and negative is the same thing as addition, so it's 13 plus 33. That's going to give you 46. And then we move on to our next row, which is just 2, 13, -11. Hold on one second. Okay, I knew something was fishy. Right here, this isn't 48, -48. That's -46. -7 minus 39 is -46. My bad. And that makes it a whole lot easier for this first row, because we're just going to take the first row and divide everything by -46. Because we want to get a 1 there, and that's really the step you take. And we're going to leave row 2 the way it is. Hold on, row 2. Okay, so first row, 0 is now going to be 1. 46 divided by -46 is -1. Be careful with your negatives. And we got 2, 13, -11. Okay, now we're going to take the first row, leave it the same. We're going to take row 2. And we need to times this part by 13 and subtract it from that part. Because we're trying to get a 0 there where this 13 is. So we're going to subtract 13 times row 1. And don't mind the big number, it's not going to be that bad. Row 1 gives you 0, 1, -1. 2 minus 13 times 0 is just 2. 13 minus 13 times 1 is 0. And then we got -11 minus -1 times 13. Well, -1 times 13 is -13. So we're subtracting -13. That's the same thing as adding 13. -11 plus 13 is 2. And now we're going to take row 2 and just divide the whole thing by 2 because we want to get there to be 1s. And we're going to leave row 1 the way it is. You get 0, 1, -1, 2. I mean, not 2. Sorry. 1, 0, 1. From this matrix, we glean that y is -1 and x is 1. So you get the point 1, -1, and 4 is done.